sure why it takes 5 seconds, something like that, 5 seconds for my microphone to wake up, but apparently it does. How we doing tonight, chat? What's new? What's happening? Good evening, Zeus. Welcome, welcome. Is it? Let's see. Yeah. The real problem here is this clasp is broke. Been using this apron for several years now, and this one little clamp here has gotten so it doesn't hold very well anymore. Welcome, Ghosty. Happy to see you, Chris. How you doing tonight? Working with Pringles tonight. I guess this means that I should probably get rid of this apron setup, or at least the suspenders to this apron setup. But I don't know. I've got 2 new ones that I've been using for almost a year now, I think. Come on, Stream Deck. Work with me tonight. I guess we'll leave it. So I'm making gnocchi tonight. I thought I'd make gnocchi after, doing gnocchi. I thought it was sort of like... I thought it would be something interesting to do with potato chips, rather than, I don't know, use them for breading something. And then I'm going to be a little more boring when it comes to dessert. And I'm going to do some salty, chocolatey clusters. Do like potato chips. I've got some salted almonds. I've got some peanuts. Not sure what else I can throw in there, but, toss those together with some white chocolate. I didn't start a timer. Hello, Sahara. Awesome, Ham Hock. Yeah, there was a 10 gift sub in between streams. That was rather nice. Welcome in, Ham Hock. I have never had pizza Pringles that I recall. Now, I know that I've had Pringles. My father likes Pringles. I don't know what types of Pringles. I would assume he probably goes for barbecue, but I'm not sure. So I may have had these in the past and just not remember, but I don't remember having them before. And these I've definitely not had before. I've certainly had their cheddar ones before, but I haven't had these like harvest blend ones. I'm gonna use these for the dessert. I figure the cheddar is sort of like that play on the cheddar popcorn with the caramel sort of a thing, sweet and salty. But this has also got some multi-greens to it, so I'm sort of like thinking these are gonna be sort of like a cross between Sun Chips and Pringles. Enjoy your lurk. Love our lurkers here. I don't really have a command for that. I used to have one back in the day and it got canceled at some point, and I should probably put that back in. Welcome in, everyone. Happy to have you here. Cheers. So what do I start with tonight? I think we're gonna go for dessert first. Typically end up doing that anyways because baking or something like that makes it the best choice. I think in this case, the gnocchi, I want to make that and eat that. I don't want to let that sit while I finish dealing with dessert. So I think I'm going to start off with dessert. And going to start off by giving these a try. They look like a cross between a Pringle and a Sun Chip. Just like I was saying. It's definitely a Pringle cheddar flavor, though. Okay, so for the potato part of this project, want to break these down a little bit. Stream Deck, why you know worky worky. I gotta try them out. You gotta have a quality test. You gotta know if this is an absolute junk container of chips. So I want to break these down so they're almost about a sixth of their normal size. And so I figure I can do that maybe a bit like this. That's about right. Now I'm sad that I'm not going to have any more left, because I need to use all of them for this. So you got some large pieces. And I think I'm going to go for the big, wide, bold for this project. Keep this one out too. Real small stuff isn't going to help us in this project, so I'm not worried about losing some of the dust. So we'll add in some almonds. Don't really want all the salt with that. Whatever. And we'll go in some unsalted peanuts. Sort of wishing I had some dried bacon right now. Some cooked and strained and gonna be using bacon next week though, chat. Hello, Will, welcome, man. Doing Hungarian and Polish food starting on Friday. And it's not going to be Friday. Friday's going to be chicken paprikash, and I forget which day it is. I think it's going to be Tuesday. But they do sort of like pasta with like farm cheese or cottage cheese. I'll be using cottage cheese. I thought it might be an interesting recipe to try out. So that's coming up next week, along with chicken paprikash. And Spätzle. Gotta have Spätzle. Spätzle may be German, but the other dish I'm gonna try and do during this upcoming week is they like to stuff crepes. And from my understanding of how they like to do this, is it's a savory stuffed crepe. They'll essentially make a ground meat and gravy mixture, and then they'll strain the beef out of that mixture, wrap that beef in the crepe, thin pancake, and then pour the gravy over the whole thing. Sort of like a crepe. I'm thinking chimichanga, but enchilada. Although I've seen photos of them looking a little bit like a, like maybe a, yeah, maybe like chimichanga where they were seared like after it was filled. Excuse me. All right, so we need to melt some chocolate to go along with this now. I choose you, Pasta Pot. We're gonna need you for gnocchi later anyways. How can you feel hungry after a masterpiece like that? Who doesn't love Mom's meatloaf? What are you doing, Wiggles? Why are you looking over there, Wiggles? You're supposed to be looking over here, Wiggles. Yeah, over here, Wiggles. The old Mr. Wiggles was looking all over the place. It was... Sort of acting like a senior citizen these days. It always has sort of acted that way, but it really is now. Bit lost, bit helpless. Yet you feel it should be able to... Oh, now we know why you wanted to move there, Cosmic. Hey, Kip. Immortizing. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've seen them with ricotta too, Nan Reader. Welcome in. Cosmic. I don't know if that's enough chocolate. Guess it's good I got two. I almost dropped that one though. I don't know why everything's looking blurry tonight. Let's turn off autofocus everywhere. Real quick here. I say real quick because it annoys me how long it takes me to do this every stream. You think I have too much chocolate now? I can go along with that. That seems about right there, I think. It's going to take a moment for this water to heat up. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wish I had some dried fruit. Oh, that's what I can throw in here. I've been meaning to try. Oh, trying to get rid of these for a while. I have cocoa nibs. If I don't drop them on the floor. So we'll add actual chocolate into our sort of chocolate. Let's give pizza one a try. Those look like normal Pringles to me. Seems sort of light on the seasoning to me. And maybe that side. Okay, maybe that side's the... I don't know if I like those. Sorry to whoever in chat said they loved the pizza ones. I don't know if those excite me. Like, they don't have a very... There's not much tomato there. There's not much heat there from like a pepperoni spice pepper. Well, to start with, making chocolate clusters with nuts, chips, and cocoa nibs and white chocolate is going to be our enrobing chocolate. And then I'm going to turn the pizza ones into gnocchi. A fresh root vegetable salad with beef vinaigrette and cheese croutons. I call it poutine. I don't know how to feel about that, Ham Hock, because that's somewhat accurate in your statement. It is. Well, for one, I've already made poutine on stream. It's been a while, but I'm not much of a TikTok person, Kip. It does not surprise me that there is such a thing as Pringles mashed potatoes on TikTok, but I have not heard of this phenomenon previously. Boil water. Stop looking at my water, chat. What? You keep looking at it, it's not gonna boil. It's been a whole new, like... Yeah. I sort of liked it better when it was Vine doing it, though, but... By the way, chat, staring at that pot will not get you high. You watch your TikToks like grown-ups Facebook or YouTube 3 weeks late. Yeah. I really loved that I had found an extension for my browser that allowed me to get rid of YouTube Shorts, which it was phenomenal. And now I'm sort of annoyed because they've switched it to the whole we want to collect all of your data plan, and it keeps bugging me to update my extension, and I refuse to update it to give them all my data. I think the one that's in Chrome, is it the same one? I want to say it's the one that I'm using in Opera that's changed and is alerting me that it needs to be updated so that it can steal all of my data. Because previously it was stealing all my YouTube data, but you have to do that if you're going to have an app that's going to mess with the design of the web page. Have I gone way too deeply into this subject than anyone cares at this point? I think I have. I haven't really gotten hooked by that. I'll get hooked by other things without question. Like, I gotta restrict myself when it comes to, like, Reddit, and, I've completely knocked myself off of Facebook, but before it was not. I've been on and off with Reddit. It's been sort of a trade-off between Twitter, I'm not calling it X, between Twitter and Reddit, and I basically quit Twitter. I still log in here and there, especially because there's still people that link to things on there that I want to read, but I basically don't use Twitter anymore, and so therefore I went over to Reddit and used Reddit a bit more, and then Reddit had its self-implosion thing here recently, and I sort of backed off of Reddit, and I've been creeping slowly back into that. Still haven't reinstalled the app on my phone, but they got me for 30 minutes today or so. Twitter is simple. It's texting, but to the public. And the public can reply. Reddit is amazing, and I am going to, like, it's going to be one of those things when Reddit dies, and even just this recent thing with Reddit, so many of them going dark, changing things, deleting things in protest. Like, if you search for just about anything, if you want a detailed, technical, quick answer to computer stuff, software stuff, like 90% of the time I find myself in some Reddit forum. Now, see, that's what I thought Discord was for, Hamhock. But even like most games often have wikis too, but game stuff always tends to run to Reddit for me. And it's an almost like the thing that I'm going to Twitter and to Reddit for really is breaking info in both cases. You know, they're both very easy platforms for instant info to come out. And like that's the major reason. And now with Elon running things in Twitter, they've basically, you know, scared everyone off that had to do with news or accurate reporting, and have yeah, now he wants to sue the Jewish. I don't even want to get into that. I have Kip. I have an account on Threads. You just joined recently because I saw the alert from you joining. Not that there's like wasn't really like an alert or a notification, but it was in a list that was obvious and put in front of my face. But yeah, Threads is like I said, I pretty much cut myself off entirely on Facebook. I do some stuff with Instagram. I have basically zero trust for Facebook and want to give them none of my private information whatsoever. But it's somehow still better than what Twitter has become. Of course, at the same time, Facebook's doing the exact same thing in Canada that Twitter's doing here in the US. Twitter, one of the newer things that Twitter's doing is they're not going to allow embeds for news articles. They're not going to show rich content for news articles to try and discourage people sharing them. Facebook's doing it for an entirely different matter in Canada, but they're both doing the same thing. Facebook's doing it in Canada because Canada's trying to get all of social media to pay for news. They want to fine all of social media to pay for news agencies in the country. Something like 4% of their income. Doesn't sound outrageous from the outside of it to me, but I'm not the one giving up the 4%, so. But Threads also has that going for it, that it is tied in with the Facebook and most specifically Instagram history. You know, it's it both had that advantage that made its growth, you know, giving them claim being the fastest growing platform when, oh, hey, we just happen to be connected and directly related to one that's already established. It does have that, and it also has the advantage of linking those very personalized, individualized, with more data behind them accounts versus just, hey, here's a fake email and a password and new account. Bacon or brown? You can't choose between bacon or brownies. Ooh, that's a toughie. Combine them? I'd like to. This one needs to be melted first, though. Oh, that goes deeper than I thought. That's basically in there. You embarrassed you. I wasn't quite sure what I had said that fit up. I was sitting here trying to figure out what I said that matched up with that joke. So I think confusion was the look there. I appreciate the attempt, though. Cosmic, what I think you need to do is take one of those brownies and break up one of those pieces of bacon and put it over the top of it and just sort of pat it in. I didn't know there was a guy that does that. You mean I have job opportunities in life? Food delivery hasn't destroyed all of them yet? Apple jam, apple butter, apple pies, applesauce, pork and apples, cinnamon apples. Can puree them and use them to make muffins. All sorts of apple quick breads. Apple donuts. You can do the Thomas Keller style apple donuts where you take like a ring of, you take the core out of the apple, you peel it, and then slice it into rings, and then coat it in donut batter and fry it. Those are sort of tough to pull off. You have to get the right thickness of apple, and I've tried those a couple of times with mediocre results. Not sure, Ham Hawk. She was streaming earlier. Yeah, not sure. Slowly melting this chocolate. Yeah, she streams almost every day. She does all sorts of stuff. She does knitting streams. She does all sorts of different games. She rarely plays like the same game twice. I don't want to go too hot with this. Let's see where we are on the surface. Yeah. I don't want to go much beyond that. So we'll take that off. Give this a little bit of stirring over here on the board. What I'm doing right now is doing my best to trying to work whatever fats we have in here and keep them emulsified, because that's going to help prevent streakiness. Not that I expect white chocolate to get hugely streaky. If I was working with dark chocolate, it would be much more of a concern. I want that to be a little looser though for pouring and mixing. Almost there. So has my earbud gotten quieter during the stream, or is this just a really quiet song? Nope, my earbuds got quieter. It's close, Ham Hawk. I'm not 100% sure on what... She changes her name every now and then. So I'm gonna mix all that lovely chocolate up there with all this stuff in here. Knocking the camera a couple of times. Apologize for the shaking. Yeah. I don't think that I fixed this. Did I fix this? Nope. Let's see if I can't. There. Yeah, Mark. I stopped the music. Why? Not really expecting these to stay super together, but we'll see. See what we can do. I don't want them to be ginormous things. This is maybe slightly larger than I want them to be. You can just spread this out and break it up after, but I sort of wanted them to maybe be individual scooped ones. So you can see little clusters. And wait for the chocolate to seize back up as it cools. What's up, Kip? Wow. More than 2 trays here. Here's our second batch. get some hot water going here and warm up my spatula a little bit. Clean it up and warm it up so that I can get the last of it out of that bowl. Everything fights me constantly. Food is just part of it. Okay, now to start work on dinner. I think I'm going to clean up this bowl to start. Reuse the same one to make our gnocchi. I'm going to put a lid and continue heating this water up and hope that it eventually makes it into a boil. Yeah, it's almost there. Yep, that's what chefs do. So, now we're on to making gnocchi. And more of the same. I have to sit here and crush all of these beautiful chips. Let's go for the zoom on this one, if Stream Deck wants to work with me. There we go. That looks sort of blown out to me tonight. Does it look too... It just doesn't look like a very good picture tonight. Looks too bright. Not enough contrast. It's contrast all the way up. Yeah, it's a contrast thing. I'm realizing why it's doing it now. It doesn't really have much of anything to do. It has to do because you can see the black around this. That is getting blown out. My board isn't that dark though. Like the top corner of my board, it looks like my board is dirty. Somewhere in between there. It's somewhere like right around there. Let's try that. Okay, crushing time, chat. Oh yeah, that's not a bad can do. No, not that. That didn't fix it. Let's try angled. Let's zoom in on this action too. Karate chop. I think we can do this in two. Extend the fun here. Hi, this name does not exist. Let's see how much we got here. This might be more or less than I need. This is actually more than I expected out of that. I was only expecting maybe get a cup out of that. That was about 2 cups. That was, yeah, that was a little less than 2 cups. So I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit more of just plain potato flake. Good old D-high. That's what that stuff is basically anyways. And then we're going to add in some water. Actually, let's mix our water with our egg. I know you're supposed to use this to measure liquids. It's the perfect measuring instrument for liquids. You should always measure your liquids in a dry measuring cup, chat. I used to have a curled mustache. I put beeswax in it and everything. So that's a combination of water and half in that cup. I grew out the corners considerably, and that was about 5 years ago now. 6 years ago, 7, something like that. That was way too noisy. Now we're gonna mix that with this. Give this a good mix up. Make sure it's all combined. All right, I'm gonna give that a little bit for the potato to soak in. You should see, they have beard competitions out there. It's quite impressive what some people do with their hair. I actually remember back when I was in high school, my first major job, it was with a big corporation. It was sort of like an summer office gig as a high school student. Here, do a some of her office paperwork for us, kid. There was a lady in the cafeteria, like corporation, you know, like full-fledged office cafeteria going on. There was a lady that worked there that had her hair styled into a helicopter with blade rotors that moved. Takes all types. I guess I can get going on my sauce. We're waiting on this to hydrate. My lunch ladies were mostly old white grannies. There was from junior high on, one of the kids in my class, his mom was one of our lunch ladies. So it was sort of like, you don't pick on the lunch ladies because that's like picking on someone's mom in my class, sort of a thing. What am I doing here next? Sauce, onions, tomatoes, that good stuff. If I can use this onion. This onion may not be usable. We'll see. Take that whole layer off too. No, the one store that I buy from has a problem. Their onions are normally, they just very obviously have something growing where they store their onions, and they have to redo the whole space. I've been dealing with them for, they on one hand have the most consistent and best quality and price onions in the area. On the other hand, they go moldy quick. Actually, they're about my only reasonable cost for onions. Beyond that, it's, yeah. It's sort of surprising with the amount of grocery stores in this county. in multiple ways. Yeah. Now the food deliveries are all squeezing restaurants to raise their prices for them. And we're gonna move you because we need to make sauce. And you're not as camera friendly as sauce. Have a great night, Ham Hock. Thanks for joining in. I don't know if I want to use this piece of garlic either. Let's see how deep this goes. Boyo. There's something that I don't understand about Logitech's cameras, their webcams, of which I have 3 working tonight. And they would be the stove and the board and the overall view. The overall view, depending on, I don't know what it is. I think it's its power level that it gets. It sort of gives me 2 different resolution levels. And if you look tonight at the stove there, it's set to me, it's getting a little bit more interference than usual. And I'm not quite sure what's going on there. That joke makes sense in multiple ways. I sort of made that joke the other day on the Discord. It's, name me a business with better markups than 3M. I mean, sell you a package of foam for $20, $40. Hit that onion with some salt. Onion and garlic with some salt. You can see this has continued to hydrate. It's thickened up a bit as the potatoes have soaked up a bit of that water. Turmeric. It's been a minute since I've used turmeric in anything. I bought all sorts of paprika today, chat. We're doing Hungarian foods, Hungarian Polish foods the next week. So I thought I'd stock up on, the paprika. It was on sale. So I got myself a pack of normal paprika, a pack of smoked paprika, and a pack of hot paprika. I got all of them today. And I already had cayenne. And ancho chili. We'll see what these ones are like. I've talked about paprika before. I've sent people off into that little dirty niche of the world before. Paprika just means ground dried pepper. It could be just about any pepper. Typically people want it to be red, but going a little deeper than normal with the onions tonight. I have that leftover beef stock. I'm going to use up some of that tonight. And crushed tomato. Dried oregano. Dried thyme. Dried basil. All right, we'll let that sauce just simmer. Let's see, are these setting up now? Ooh, those have fed up nicely. Let's get a separate spatula out for this. All right, so we got all that loveliness in there. We need some flour in there now. If you're worried about keeping this gluten-free, you can certainly choose an alternative flour at this point. You can use potato starch. You can go all potato. And actually, I haven't done the pricing to know if my flour is cheaper or my potato starch is, but... Or if the potato flakes are cheaper than both. I don't know. I doubt it, but it could be. It's still a little too wet. There we go. That's about what we want. Just barely handleable, rollable. I don't really want to do this on my recently oiled board, so I'm going to do this over here. We'll give this a quick stir. It looks like it's cooking a bit hot. We're not doing too bad though. We'll turn that down though. Get that down to just a simmer. We'll do this in 2 batches here. Making more gnocchi here than I thought. Like this 1/2 here is probably enough for me. Putting those signature markings on the outside of them. You can do them just with a plain fork if you don't have a fancy piece of grooved wood. I'll give you all a close-up on these in a moment after I get first batch done here. Okay, don't roll for me. The grooves catch the sauce. Yeah, this might be... I might be good with just this batch. All right, so there's our first batch rolled. Oops. Tomato sauce still cooking. Let's throw a bit more beef stock in there. All right, so there's our first batch. Contrast still blown out on that tonight. And the same back there. I guess it's just lighting tonight. I don't want to be putting water on it just yet. I just want to try and clean it out as much as possible in between these batches, because it does get stuck in the grooves. I put the flour away. Oh, I didn't put all of it away. Make sure and give this a good cleanup right away so flour doesn't turn into cement in the grooves. All right, water's boiling. I think we can turn the heat back up on this a little bit and reduce that down a little bit. that on the back burner now. So we got water ready to go, we get that ready to go. I need to get my cheese ready to go. We need cheese, chat. Did you think we were gonna possibly get through a dinner without cheese? I mean, really? Really? Mozzarella. Debating which pan I want to use for this now. Like, I think that might be too small. I think we need to go with the big cast iron. Big cast iron. Merg. Almost ready to go in for our first boil here. I'm gonna start heating up some butter over here, or melting. First batch of gnocchi going into the boiling water. Stay. Just trying to keep them from sticking to the bottom of the pot and keep them from sticking to each other. And hopefully this reboils here quickly. And put the lid back on it here. Encourage it as much as possible. Why is that? Oh, I've moved the camera, that's why. It's like, why is that camera showing like half floor? Pizza flavored gnocchi. One overboard. Bit of salt. Throwing in the second batch into the boil. Covering that up. Keeping these moving. And I move this, so this is now out of the picture properly. Cook, 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 cook. Cook dumplings. Starting to get a little browning on the outside of those now. A little nice, lightly browning. It's sort of hard. It's probably even harder to tell on the camera, but there is a little nice browning going on there. All right, so now we've got those all in there nicely, and they've all been boiled. They've all gotten a little bit of time in the pan here getting seared. Now we're gonna add in our tomato sauce over the top. Heat off of everything here. Now we're gonna bring this over to the counter here on top of the cutting board. Start layering our cheese on top. So now this goes in the oven. Got the oven on broil at 350. And it's cleanup time. It is cleanup time. While we wait on that to bake, we'll set a timer here. Quiet night tonight. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely time. Doing well in whatever game you be doing or whatever work you be having. Maybe you're just hanging out eating brownies and bacon. That's cool. Flora and fauna of Starfield. Starfield reminds me, I said I was thinking of doing a longer stream coming up here. I have set up I believe it's the 17th on the calendar to be long stream. It's gonna be the last day I'm streaming before my break. Gonna make our monthly jam project. Gonna be making some chicken stock. It's the oven coming up to temp. I threw the food in there anyways, though. Yeah, I just cleaned Chad obviously can't see it, but I just cleaned all my drawer fronts off the other day. Well, not all of them. I got about halfway. I just got it all covered in flour. Like, clean counter. All right, let's see what one of these things are like. While we're waiting on the other stuff to bake, let's see what one of these peanut and nut clusters and chocolate is like. Yeah, that's a good time. I like those. Chocolate isn't 100% solid. Still needs to, the center of it was still soft. I'm sure you give it another 30 minutes, an hour. But salty almonds, peanuts, cocoa nibs, and potato chips. Mmm. Yeah, that's good. Maybe slightly on the salty side, but I mean, you do want to, but you don't at the same time want to sit here and eat all of these. And so it's probably a good thing that they're on the edge of being too salty for that. But it's enough that it's not overly salty when you're eating it. If you get what I mean. If you get what I mean. And then we can just bag these up. Hi, Buns. Apparently, even though you raid me pretty regularly, people don't realize that you stream. I had to tell people you stream earlier. Hamhawk says he's gonna come troll you. I think that one's messy enough. We're leaving that one out. So for those just joining in, this is our dessert for the evening. We have potato chip clusters, combination of salted almonds, peanuts, cocoa nibs, and white chocolate. Some of these messier, flatter ones. Let's see how we're. Ooh, that might have been. That's good right there, maybe. We might be ready. We might be ready, chat. Almost 5 minutes early, maybe. And then we have our gnocchi. are pizza Pringle gnocchi. Get a photo of this before I break into it. That looks like some pizza gnocchi to me. Always need some pepperoni. But I think that's going to cover it for tonight. Let's give a shot on one of these gnocchi before we call it an evening now. See what we... I mean, they're holding together nicely. I mean, they're solid units. Are they fluffy? They're certainly not dense and heavy. I don't know what I would call them the lightest gnocchi I've had. They're pretty good, though. They didn't hold their shape as well. When I was boiling them, they lost their shape a little bit. But otherwise, I think I'm pretty happy with these. Especially, I mean, without refining the recipe whatsoever. And you can actually sort of get a little, like, there isn't a ton of spice on these. But you can sort of tell that there is some, like, potato chippy, like, seasoning going on there. I think I'm going to call this one a success. Certainly with a couple trial runs and practicing and refining it a bit more, you could turn this into a real dish. I don't really want to price-wise, but you certainly could cook with Pringles. Do you believe it to be that time, though, chat? All right, folks. I'm calling it right there. I greatly appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Gonna be back here on Friday, starting off in our Polish and Hungarian foods, doing some chicken paprikash. Gonna be making some spetzel. I told everyone earlier what's going on with the rest of the week, so I hope you come and join me for that. I'm very excited about this plan. I think there are gonna be some great dinners coming this week. And I hope you all have a lovely evening. Good night, everyone.